I definitely did not get into cinematography to shoot kid shows. That is not what brought me into this world. But
I'm Nathan Wilson. I am one of the cinematographers of Blippi's job show. I started painting and drawing at a very early age, grew up in West Los Angeles, and along the way found that this was a whole lot of fun and afforded me the opportunity to travel and meet all kinds of people and paint with light. One of my earliest mentors hires me years later, and we have a quick phone call and says, "Would you like to do children's television?" And I said, "Sure, what's children's television?"
Hey, it's me, Blippi. And I'm Mika. Nice to see ya. It's Blippi's Job Show.
So I've really embraced having a co-cinematographer, and I was blessed to have Chris as my partner in this.
hi, I'm Chris Collins, and I'm one of the DPs of Blippi's job show. Definitely did not get into cinematography to shoot kid shows. That is not what brought me into this world. But as I have kind of dipped my toe into kids television, it has really become an extremely rewarding experience. When we shot pilot, I operated a camera. Something that was really great and the kids gravitated to about Blippi was that there were very few cuts, and it really felt like the kid was there. The kid was the camera. That was the entire idea.
A whole lot of the planning and the storytelling is through song and through dance. So it's a very mobile camera, and a whole lot of our timing is based on lyrics and choreography. So our editorial pace gets informed by these musical interludes. So it's almost two different styles. Dialogue, which is mostly to camera, and the camera's at the height of a 6-year-old child, so that's pretty unique. And then these kind of flights of fancy that are musical interludes.
So when Nathan came on board and we started discussing how we were going to do this show, I think he opened my eyes to a lot of possibilities that I hadn't seen before. We have our location environments where we need to be very versatile, the way that the camera interacted with the characters, and ultimately the lighting, the way that we shot on volume, and continuity of style between each episode so that the camera operator would become its own character.
Our main camera package was Sony FX6s, and we were using the beautiful ZEISS Nanos, and we were matching that with a Sony Venice we'd use on the LED volume with ZEISS Supreme Primes. I've done a lot of volume work with driving shots and poor man's process, but this was our first time doing real scouting in Unreal. We had an ability to control the entire world and all of the look on the volume in a way that was efficient and helpful and quite beautiful.
I think as a cinematographer, you have to make sure that your style is always taking a backseat to the content for the children, and you need to make sure that you're presenting everything in a way that they can relate to. I think anybody who uses a ZEISS lens will tell you that they love the fall off and the depth of field. What we wanted to do is we wanted to separate our characters and draw our audience's attention to Blippi and Mika. So the combination of large format and the ZEISS lenses shot at a relatively shallow depth of field, I think really helped us with that.
In my view, we are making something slightly idealized. So part of the way I was looking at this is how do we take some animation ideas or philosophy and bring live action actors into it? And having lenses that are wide enough that you've got a slightly exaggerated worldview really helps bring the audience into this world. Not only was the content on the volume a little exaggerated, but the set dressing was inflated and there weren't hard edges. As always, the art department is sort of one of the unsung heroes of cinematography, that if I don't have beautiful sets, it's not really beautiful. I can have amazing lighting, but if you don't have gorgeous set dressing, you don't have great textures and colors, it doesn't really pop.
Every episode would finish with a song that was about doing a really great job. And the grips would sing this song on the walkie as we were shooting it. I remember walking on stage when Nathan was shooting, and I walked by our key grip and he was on the walkie saying, "We did a really great job."
I just think it's an outrageous amount of fun to have great music and singing and dancing every day on set. And everybody's tapping their toe and singing along, and a lot of joy working on a show with this many musical events.